Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to day 49 of this year's third session called Deepening the Silence. My name is Mickey. I'm coming to you from Columbia, Maryland, and I'm really excited to be with you all here today. And I'm sure all our presenters are as well. So, welcome. And yeah, without further ado, let's get things started. So, just as a reminder, if the slide could come up, or just as a reminder to please get your foot soak tubs ready. There it is. Yes. Uh, yes, there it is. Just as a reminder, please get your foot soak tubs ready because the first meditation session will start with a foot soak. So if you can just get a tub of warm water, lukewarm water, handful of salt, a towel, and some rinse water, that would be great so we can all participate together. If you are new or continuing to the 21-day sessions, you can always wait till after the program today and ask for an intro to Sahaja Yoga if this is your first time, or if you have any questions or clarifications that you wanted to discuss with a Sahaja Yoga practitioner. There is that option at the end of the session today, so please stick around. You can also ask the Zoom host or type a question to breakout room help, and you'll be sent to a breakout room to discuss anything about Sahaja Yoga that you want to. So please let us know. Don't hesitate to ask. You can also review course materials and recordings of previous sessions. So if you want to get up to date on your own time or on your own convenient schedule, please feel welcome to do that as well, whatever works best for you. You can also request a mentor, which is a way you can get one-on-one help with any Sahaja Yoga questions that you have, questions or aspects about the meditation that you want clarification on. So that's another option, and that'll be in the chat for you to review. If you want to join, please do. Just an overview of today's topic, or Tuesday's topic rather, where on Tuesday the mantras were introduced, these ways of clearing out our energy centers by taking these mantras. And today we're going to focus a little bit more on the mantra of the foundational chakra, the Muladhara. And today's topic is the principle of the child within us. And this really is the foundational topic for all the chakras that come after. So we're really excited to have you meditate with us today. And on agenda for today is a short talk about the topic. There'll be a guided meditation and foot soak, like I mentioned, a video of our founder, Shri Mataji, and some live music that we hope everybody will enjoy, and a second guided meditation session. And at the end, we'll have time for a Q&A session with all the presenters from today, along with any questions that you might have. Please ask, and we'll try our best to answer. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome the presenters for today and our musician, Sudeep, Igor, and Shivani. Please come to the screen. Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So perhaps we can go around and just maybe each of you could introduce yourselves and give a little bit about what you do outside of Sahaja Yoga. So Sudeep, if you want to start.
Hello, Mickey. Hello, everybody. It's good to be back and meditate with you all. My name is Sudeep Hegde. I live in South Carolina, and I teach at the university, at Clemson University, in the Department of Industrial Engineering. And yeah, happy to be with you all today.
Thanks, Sudeep. Shivani, you want to go?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Shivani, and I'm originally from Australia, but I'm coming to you today from Washington. I have a background in accounting, and that's what I used to do before I moved over to America. And I'm just enjoying settling in and excited to meditate with everyone today.
Cool, thank you. And last but not least, Igor, our musician, if you want to give us.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. My name is Igor. I'm living in Toronto, Canada, and it's always pleasure to join the programs, 21 days. And today I will be playing for you on the Indian flute called Bansuri, and I will play meditation music. So hopefully will help to get into the state, in the thoughtless state.
Wonderful, sounds great. I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you all for coming on, and without further ado, I'll give it over to Sudeep for our first meditation. Sudeep, take it over.
Thank you, Mickey.
Thanks.
So, as Mickey mentioned, the theme for today's meditation is the qualities or the principle of a child. So, Shri Mataji has explained and laid a lot of emphasis on the qualities of a child, which is that innocence, right? And that purity and that spontaneity that we see so vividly represented in small children. But what about innocence and spontaneity and all these qualities in grown-ups, in adults? Um, do we Can we still have it? Does innocence go away, or is it somewhere still there within us? And if so, how can we tap into it? So Sri Mataji has explained that, innocence is the very core of our being, and it never goes away. It cannot go away. But what happens is, as we grow up, as our ego develops, as we uh, start acting and reacting to various experiences in life, there are these dark clouds of ignorance that cover our innocence. And then we start operating at those more superficial levels, like through the ego and the superego. So, what happens when we get our self realization is that our spirit is awakened, the spirit which is the absolute reality of our being, beyond all those layers of ego and so on. And while the seat of the spirit is here in the heart, its essence is innocence, which is established in the Muladhara chakra, which is at the base of our subtle system, just below the spine, near the tailbone. So, and therefore, this chakra and its qualities form the very foundation of our ascent, of our spiritual growth. It is only on this foundation of innocence and purity that the Kundalini is able to rise spontaneously, permeating through all our chakras and coming out of our seventh center, the Sahasrara, where and realization happens. So, without these basic qualities of innocence, it is not possible for us to sustain our growth. And therefore, it becomes very important for us to uh, respect and, I guess, enlighten or reawaken our innocence and purity. So we will touch upon these qualities in the meditation today, and yes, and we'll see how it goes. So let's get ready for the foot soak. So hopefully you have the tub and water and the salt ready, and some fresh water on the side. Let's first just settle down with our back straight, hands open on our lap. We can close our eyes and just watch our attention, or you can watch your breath. Slow down your breathing. See how we're feeling on our hands, the sensations across our palms and fingertips. And we will begin by raising the energy, the Kundalini, 3 times using these hand gestures. So the left hand comes up like this, the right hand wraps around it, and we tie a knot over the head. We'll do this 3 times. The second time, we will bring the energy up and tie 2 knots. And the third time, 3 knots. Next, we will give ourselves a bandhan, which is basically balancing our auras at the level of each of the 7 chakras or centers. So we bring the right hand near the left hip and we raise the energy of the left, make an arch over the head, and bring it all the way down the right. And then bring the energy of the right up, make an arch over the head, and bring it all the way down the left. So we'll do this 6 more times with nice, slow, and flowing hand motions. We're going to now vibrate this water and salt. So let's keep our attention at the top of our head and make the circular clockwise motions with our hand over the water to channel that energy, that subtle energy, and charge this apparatus with our vibrations. Now let's put both our feet inside. Let's put the right hand towards Mother Earth. Just let it hang by your side. The left hand remains on the lap. And just with our attention, let's connect with the earth element. We are making contact with Mother Earth with a sense of humility, with a sense of gratitude. Among the 5 natural elements, the earth is most closely associated with the Mooladhara chakra. So let's make an earnest appeal to Mother Earth to please remove any imbalances in my Mooladhara. Please strengthen my Mooladhara. Give me a balanced and healthy Mooladhara chakra. Please dispel all the clouds of ignorance. Please enlighten my innocence. Let me be able to feel the joy, the innocent joy of my being and my relationship with all around me, with nature, just like a child. Let my attention always be grounded. Let it always be on the subtle, on the things that give joy. The Mooladhara is also the root of the left energy channel, which governs our past, which is the side of desire. So we can also pray, let my Ida Nadi, or the left channel, be purified. Let the pure desire, which is to be the spirit, be fully awakened in me. Let me be free of all artificiality, all artificial conditionings, ways of thinking, and habitual patterns that take me away from the present, take me away from that state of pure joy. Let's bring the right hand back on our lap. Raise the left towards the sky. We just bend the arm at the elbow, the palm facing backward. And here we make an appeal to the air and the ether elements. Let all the excess heat on my right energy channel be removed. This is the channel that governs our conscious activity, the mental and physical levels. Which generates some heat. So let all that heat be removed so that I feel the lightness of my being again. Let all my worries and tensions dissolve. Let me be light in my personality like a child. Bring our hand down. Let's put both our hands now towards Mother Earth. Let both our hands hang by our side and say, let any remaining imbalances across my chakras, across my channels, be absorbed. Let's be in a state of surrender, letting go. Bring our hands back on our lap. And we can conclude the foot soak by rinsing off our feet one by one. And you can set the tub aside. Dry our feet, and let's just close our eyes and continue to be in meditation, keeping our attention at the top of our head and just enjoying this freshness after the clearing that happens during the foot soak. Enjoying the freshness within. And slowly open our eyes. We can continue to be in this state as we transition into a talk by Shri Mataji, where she talks about the awakening of the spirit and the significance of the qualities of the Mooladhara in that process.
When you become the spirit, your attention gets enlightened by the spirit. And this enlightened attention is so intelligent. And as it is connected with this all-pervading power, you'll be amazed that whatever you try to look at, to put your attention to, it just works. It is such a proof that you are one with this all-pervading divine power. To prove that there is divine power, which is all-pervading, first you have to become the realized soul. You have to become a person who is enlightened, as they call it, Buddha. The word is bodh, comes from enlightenment. And the one who is enlightened is a very different personality from what that person has been. You become a very powerful, no doubt, very powerful. Powerful in the sense is the power of love. Is not the power we know of, but is the power of love that acts, that works. And then you are amazed at yourself, how you have been able to do so many things which you would never do. And how your personality becomes a very sensible, wise, and also absolutely in balance. Nobody has to tell you anything. You are your own master. But first you have to grow to that point. Till you become that, you are not yet empowered fully. But some people who are not yet understanding the importance of becoming, who do not know that they have to grow, become again useless, good for nothing. I always remember the parable of Christ. He tells that you are sprouted, but you are wasted. It has to grow. And that's what yesterday I insisted, that you pay full value to your ascent. You look after yourself and grow into it. Then you will know what is the power of love is. There is no ego about it, no, not at all. You don't feel the ego. What you feel is that it is flowing. It's flowing. Wherever you go, it's flowing. This power is flowing, and that captures the whole atmosphere, the whole environment. If you people get your realization, also all the global problems can be solved. Like you have got now very much pollution problem. The pollution gets settled down. This power of love can settle pollution because it also acts on the five elements. You will be amazed how it acts on five elements. It works in such a manner that it should in every way encourage you, help you work out your programs, your ventures, your meetings, anything that you want to do is worked out in such a beautiful manner. There are so many examples of that in every day-to-day life for people have had. And they have been amazed how they have been helped. They have been brought to a new scene of complete control of the whole situation. You become the master, no doubt. But you don't have the arrogance, you don't have the anger of a master. To give you an example, I would say now, supposing I want to go somewhere or I want to meet somebody or something. About 5 minutes later, I find the gentleman walking in. So I would say, how did you come? I said, I don't know why, I felt like just coming to meet you. Because it's all interwoven. We don't know that. We are not singled out. We are not something separate from this universe. We are a part and parcel of the whole. But this feeling of part and parcel of the whole is not mental. It's not just our understanding, but this is what you experience all the time. Even small things or big things. In every way, you really realize how everything is helping you so much. Another example I can give, a very simple example, that we had one function for which we needed some things and from a village away from Milan. So I said, all right, how will you manage? Is this hardly any time? And you have to go to that village to get it, and it's in a factory. So the person may not be able to locate. Suddenly a telephone came. A lady telephoned to me, Mother, I am going to such and such place. Do you need anything? I was surprised really. I said, yes, we need. But you don't know the place, how to reach there. It's quite complicated. So she said, you tell me what you need. So I told her we need this thing from that factory. And can you imagine? It came in no time. I said, how did you find the place? He said, very surprising. I met a Sahaja when I came out of the building. And he said, I've come to meet you. So she said, but I have to go such and such place and I don't know the place. He said, I come from there. Why bother? I'll take you down. And that's how it all worked out in no time. And they were thinking, I said, don't worry. You don't have to worry. It will all work out. And the Sahajogis who are here, who have been in Sahaja Yoga for days together, can tell you 1001 examples of this kind of small things.
Let's maintain this meditative state, bringing our attention on top of our head and just stay quiet in the silence for some time.
After listening to that beautiful Bansuri music, we can all just maintain that silence within ourselves. If we're finding that our attention is a bit scattered, we can just take a few deep breaths and fill our lungs entirely and slowly breathe out. And with each breath, we can just bring our attention to the top of our heads. And for a moment, we can bring our attention to our hands. We can just observe what we're feeling, if there are any tingles or if we're feeling cooled over, or if there's any warmth. We can just take a note of any of the fingers or parts of the palm. If they're feeling warm or tingly, you can just take a note that those are the energy centers that we need to work on. We can place both our hands on the ground or facing the ground if we're sitting on a chair. And just drop them on either side of you. And we can bring our attention to the Muladhara chakra, which is the first chakra. This chakra is the foundation of our subtle system. With our attention here, we'll say the mantra for the Muladhara chakra. If you don't know it, that's okay. You could just keep your attention either on the Muladhara chakra or on the top of your head, whichever feels more natural for you. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And we can ask our Kundalini, Mother, please remove any imbalances or any negativity from my Muladhara chakra and let it pass into the Mother Earth. Let any excess heat or impurities be absorbed by the Mother Earth. We can bring our hands back onto our laps. What we can do is we can bring our right hand to the back of our head. So, like we can feel the chakras on our fingers, the chakras are mapped out on the scalp as well. And so the first chakra, the Muladhara chakra, is on the back of the head. So you can just lightly massage the back of the head, Muladhara chakra. In a clockwise direction. So that would be up on the right and down on the left in a circular motion. If we can bring up the mantra on the screen, we'll say the mantra for the Muladhara chakra again. And if anybody would like to say it along with me, then you can have it go. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can bring our right hand back down. And we can just sit in silent meditation. Try to achieve that state of thoughtless awareness without effort or concentration. And just relax. If any thought comes to your mind, you can just say in your heart, you can say, I forgive. We can put our right hand on the top of our heads. We can just massage our scalp in a clockwise direction 7 times. And then raising our hand above the top of our Sahasrara chakra, we'll just see if we can feel that cool breeze. We can check with the other hand as well. And bring our hands back down onto our laps. And once again, we'll just bring our attention to our fingertips and our palms and see if we can feel the difference after saying the mantras. To wrap up the meditation, we can all raise our kundalinis and take up on them together. And with that, I will pass this back to Nikki with any announcements or anything else.
Thank you, Shivani, and thank you, Sudeep and Igor, for such lovely meditations and music. I'm sure everybody here felt that peace and silence, so thank you very much. With that, we just want to make a few announcements before we go to the Q&A session. See the screen. From day 48, there's a booklet you can download from mantra to silence. It basically goes over all the techniques and how the mantras can really help enlighten our subtle system and keep us in a meditative state. So please, if you're interested, feel free to download that. And it has basically a list of the mantras and how to use them for each chakra and how they enlighten all the aspects of the chakras. So if you're interested, please download the booklet. Now, looking ahead to day 50 of session 3 of Deepening the Silence, we will be talking about how pure knowledge, basically, and how the pure knowledge is connected to our own self-awareness and our subjective experiences. And so with this session, we'll go deeper into that topic and kind of clarify experiences that we may have had with regards to this and throughout our meditations. So please, we're so excited to have you join us if you can. Feel free to join us on day 50, this coming Sunday, May 25th. Again, we are in session 3 of this 21-day course schedule. The dates are Thursday, May 8th through Tuesday, June 24th. These are Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday for 7 weeks. So we also have an ongoing collective foot soak and meditation on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, just to keep you all up to date about what the current schedule is. All of these happen at 8:45 p.m. New York time. Sorry about the motorcycle outside. So if you're free to join during these days and would like to meditate and feel collective peace with other people, please feel free to join as usual, and we're excited to see you soon again in future sessions. Now, as a reminder, we have several program resources. So like I mentioned earlier, you can request for a mentor, which would give you a more one-on-one Sahaja Yoga learning experience, if that's something that you're more comfortable with. You can also join our community in a WhatsApp group, and you can encounter and kind of be engaged with daily spiritual messages and course reminders for all these courses, like the 21-day course or the foot soak meditation. There's a link to join in the Zoom chat, so please feel free to do that. And we also do, like I mentioned earlier, have other resources such as live session links, handouts, readings that are pertaining to previous sessions and today's session online that you can use as a review if you want to kind of go through it again. So please feel free to do that. And the link is the QR code on the bottom right of the screen. So when you have a chance, please take a snapshot of that. Now we're going to move on to our Q&A session. So there are a couple of ways to ask questions. You can either write to breakout room help, and there you will be connected with another Sahaja Yoga teacher who can answer your questions within that breakout room, or you can write the chat Q&A and ask your questions that way, or you can write to me directly, and I will try my best to relay all the questions that we get to our presenters and to everyone who will be in the Q&A session, which will happen right now. So without further ado, I'd love to call back Shivani, Sudeep, and Igor to the main screen. We can all discuss. Wait, not Igor. Is Igor there? I see. Igor, do you want to join on the main screen? Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Cool. So yes, there we are. Nice. Good to see you all again. So let's see what questions we have from the chat or from other sources. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Here's a good one. What are the many wonderful qualities of an ideal child? So I guess that is right in tune with our topic for today. So Shivani, do you want to give that a go?
Yeah, sure. So the wonderful qualities of children is that they're innocent and pure-hearted and full of joy. And it's those kind of characteristics that we want to develop within ourselves that we've had since, we were children ourselves, but then through our life experiences and day-to-day struggles, and ego and superego that comes in the way, sometimes that those qualities are dampened and dulled within ourselves. And so we want to really nurture the Muladhara chakra to kind of bring back that innocence and fun-loving attitude towards life, and kind of a detachment from things, because you know how children are. They're just kind of in the moment, and they don't really worry or ruminate or get too down about things. Another quality that I should mention is also obedience, but not through fear, through love. That's another quality that once the Muladhara chakra is nurtured and it's clear, then you feel there's an automatic respect, an automatic dharma. I don't know if there's an easier or a correct translation in English, but there's like an automatic understanding of the respect that's due to people who are older than you, who have more experience than you. So those are just some of the qualities that kind of, you can see that once you clear out the Muladhara chakra, they're just more apparent in yourself, and then you can also see that in other people, which is super interesting.
Wonderful, thank you. As we have a good amount of questions and uh, 3 people on the screen, I won't talk too much, so I'll let Igor give that a try. Maybe what other qualities you might want to discuss.
I think Shivani said most of it. I just said, I would just said also simplicity, maybe. Simplicity of a child, and kind of expressed through our eyes, through our speech, through our attitude, through with other people. And sometimes it's very valuable quality. In Sahaja Yoga, we acquire gradually. We're able to acquire this quality, which is through that simplicity we can perceive life as it is, perceive the nature as it is, and enjoy it to the full extent. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. You're just able to be more present in the moment, I feel. And you don't complicate your experiences. They are what they are, basically, when you're a child.
Right.
You don't have all these reactions and things as a result of a more, I wouldn't say matured mind, but just a mind that's seen more. Kind of, that's the goal, really, to get back to that simplicity, yes. So Deep, do you want to add on to what?
Well, what more can I say? It was summed up so well. But as Shivani was speaking, it also occurred to me that there is a certain wisdom associated with innocence. Perhaps children are wise in a way without necessarily being conscious of that wisdom, but it's just reflected in the way they behave, the way they relate to you they have this natural respect and the way they relate to others. But it also occurred to me that as we age, as we grow up, we go through all those layers of ego and all that. But then many people, once they reach an older age, like 70s, 80s, and become maybe grandparents, you start seeing some of those childlike qualities return to them. And some of that lightness also comes back. And maybe there is that rekindling of that innocence, but coupled with wisdom, that comes back. That itself is sort of a proof that it never goes away. In fact, it only matures. So,
Right. Wonderful. Thanks. Thank you all for that. Cool. Let's see if we have any other questions. Let's see here. I'll try and interpret the question a little bit. I'll reword the question a little bit. So, how to react to a vibration and how to learn that a particular chakra needs to be cured. So I guess that's a more general question that applies to all the chakras, not just the Muladhara. So Deep, I'll kind of maybe go in the snake format. So I'll go back to you.
just to make sure I heard it right, how do you react to the chakra, and how do you respond to it with vibrations?
No, like when you feel, say, I guess what they tried to say is when you feel some sensation on a particular chakra, how do you cure it, or how do you kind of
Yeah.
fix that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. So, what happens after realization, after this energy, the Kundalini, comes up through the Sahasrara, is you develop this new dimension of awareness, which is of the state of your chakras. And each chakra is represented on a specific part of the hand. For instance, the fingers, the fingertips, each one corresponds to a specific chakra. The pinky corresponds to the heart, for instance. So any sort of a tingling or numbness or heat on that area of the hand uh, can indicate some sort of an imbalance, or perhaps some energy that is blocking or tugging at that chakra. And if you know the association of these fingers to the chakras, there are multiple ways in which you can address those imbalances. We have just started with mantras. So mantras are a powerful way to address the chakra. That is one. Also, to just meditate and then put your attention on that chakra helps direct the vibrations that are flowing more towards that center. So what happens is there is this inherent intelligence in the Kundalini. So this mothering energy knows where to correct, how to correct each chakra along its ascent. So by just having your attention there, you can allow this energy to do its work. So those are a couple of ways. There are many other ways, like using the elements, especially for the lower chakras, like the Muladhara, sitting on the earth, and the Muladhara is felt here near the heel of the palm. So if you feel heat or tingling there, one way is to just sit on the flat on Mother Earth, maybe on the grass or anywhere really, and meditate with your attention on the earth element. So these are some of the ways. The foot soak is also very helpful in clearing many of the chakras. So and we will I think touch upon more techniques as we go along, and this is also something that you can bring up with your mentor in the one-on-one sessions.
Wonderful. I think you summed it up very well. So I'll give other questions a chance. But yeah, thank you, Sudeep. That was really informative. So let's see. We have any other questions? Okay. How have you grown in developing the qualities of an ideal child within you? It's a good question. Igor, you want to give that a go?
So the beauty in our journey in Sahaja Yoga that you don't apologize. You don't do it through our mental effort. We don't do it through our mental effort. But Shri Mataji mentioned many times and in almost every speech that through our meditation, through our connection, when that Kundalini establish connection with the all surrounding energy, this cosmic energy, the qualities of these chakras are start manifesting, and we could see actually, like you cannot see the growth of a tree if you just sit there and watch it, right? But you can come after a month, after some period of time, you can see that there is some growth. Many times after meditating for some time, people who have known you for a long time, they would notice the difference. They would tell the difference. That happens to many Sahaja Yogis. Happened to me, happened to other people. So it's not like you put a timeline and you say tomorrow or next month I have to be like innocent like a child. It doesn't work that way. You cannot you cannot dictate the plant or the trees. I want you to grow to be like 2 meters high tomorrow by 10 o'clock in the morning. So the thing is just basically surrender, not to overpower our, not to stress out our mind and not to think about it. We just need to remember basic thing that we need to meditate regularly. That's it. Meditate regularly, morning, evening. It's like taking your food. Kundalini needs this food, and just like our body needs food, and everything else will fall into the place gradually if we sincerely meditate in the full meaning of the word, trying to be thoughtless, And let's watch ourselves after this period of time, what happens.
Sounds like an exciting proposition. Great. Yeah, I think that would be cool to see just as an experiment. And that's really what is amazing about Sahaja Yoga is that it is your own experiment to go through. No one tells you that you have to feel this or feel that. You just see for yourself and have the genuine curiosity. And I think anyone who has that will really find the answers. So thank you, Igor. Shivani, do you want to give your thoughts on how you've developed these qualities? Or how
Yeah,
you see them?
sure. Yeah. So, I completely agree with everything Igor said. That was kind of a very spot on explanation. But like one thing that you might want to observe or take a note on yourself, like Igor said, that like it takes time, it takes dedication, it takes a little bit of discipline and effort to not effort, but that desire within you have to act on it. But what you'll notice is what I've noticed in myself is that when the Muladhara chakra is clear and when you're in balance, then you forgive quickly and easily. It's like you're kind of like a kid, you just get over things and you don't really hold resentment. And the Muladhara chakra is the foundation for the rest of the subtle system. And so if the Muladhara chakra is strong, then that kind of has a flow-on effect. So forgiveness is the typically a characteristic of the Agya chakra, but the Muladhara is linked to the Agya chakra in that way that in a childlike manner, you kind of just let things go and you don't get bogged down. So that's one thing. And then another quality that you'll notice develop within yourself is that you, like a child, would surrender to their mother and just completely be safe in the hands of their mother. You start to develop this faith in your own Kundalini that, she'll sort everything out. And like Shri Mataji mentioned in the speech that we just listened to, that Kundalini energy within you and the Param Chaitanya all around us makes things just work out. And you'll notice that things will just work out for you, and you can then just freely enjoy life like a kid. So yeah, there's just a couple of things that to look out for in your journey and to notice within yourself as you see that beautiful like transformation happen.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shivani. That was a wonderful answer. Great. I think we have time for maybe one more question. Let's see what we have. Okay. This is a good one. How can we relate more to the divine principle or role model of the Muladhara chakra? In this case, it would be Sri Ganesha. And so, yeah, I can go to Sudeep. Maybe you want to answer that question first.
Yeah, that's a great and actually a pretty deep question. So there are certainly role models and representations that represent the perfection of the qualities of each of the chakras. And for the Muladhara, it is the eternal child represented in the form of this elephant-headed boy, whom we call Sri Ganesha. And there are many, many stories, especially in India. We grew up with these stories of how he was created, his absolute obedience and devotion to his mother, and his fearlessness and his wisdom, and so on. So there's well, I guess it's helpful to hear these stories or read the poems or read the what has been written and said about these role models, right? In the scriptures, in sometimes folk tales, because they very vividly represent those qualities. And when you connect with those representations, those stories, you tend to, I mean, those qualities are awakened in you. In general, what you pay attention to, who you relate to, they can have an influence on you. So when you relate to, as a role model like this, it actually becomes a pretty powerful way of evoking the same qualities in yourself. So for me, like I said, as far as Sri Ganesha is concerned, he's one of the characters or forms we read about in our growing up storybooks. And the back then they were perhaps stories, but now it takes on a deeper meaning. So the stories are even more relevant now.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sudeep. Igor, you want to give this question a whirl?
Yes, I was basically joining to agree with what everything Sudeep said. Again, the main principle there is devotion in dedication to his mother, and also in us, devotion and trust and obedience to our mother, trust in our Kundalini mother, in our mother Kundalini to try to help nourish us and correct us when it's needed through this vibrational awareness. And that's otherwise he said it all.
He summed it up really
You know
well.
that, yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks. Thank you, Igor. And Shivani, if you would just wrap it up with this. Any
Yeah.
thoughts that you have?
Yeah. So exactly like Sudeep and Igor both said, Shri Ganesha is the archetype for those qualities. So he's the personality that embodies all those qualities. And so, like Shri Ganesha, there are other different personalities that we'll get to learn about in future sessions. But just to briefly explain once again the mantra that we said, I think it was explained on Tuesday, but I'll just now with the context of Shri Ganesha, we're basically saying to our Kundalini, O Mother Kundalini, you are verily the primordial mother energy, and you embody all the qualities of Shri Ganesha. Salutations and praise to you again and again. So that's the translation of the Sanskrit mantra in the context of the Muladhara chakra. And so hopefully you felt a difference on your hands. You maybe felt cool. I certainly felt much cooler on the base of my palms after we said the mantra to Shri Ganesha. So hopefully, as we go through more sessions and there's more mantras introduced, everyone can start to experiment, like as we've always said yoga is an experiment on yourself and to see what you feel and how you feel. So just try to get into the mantras and see how you feel and see how that works. And like the previous question that we got regarding catches or tingles and heat on your fingers, this is going to be really fun for you, I think, to see the effect of saying the mantras for those chakras, because it's miraculous. It really is. It's like you feel a buzz on your left vishuddhi or your left index finger. Once you have the tools with the mantras, and of course we've introduced foot soaks and different treatments at candling. Once you get a hang of like really harnessing those tools to clear yourself out, you'll really feel that difference, and it's really exciting and amazing, and I'm really excited for everyone who's new and starting.
Awesome. Yes, it is exciting, and I think everyone on this panel can relate to realizing that first time, like, wow, this mantra worked, or this meditation really did something, and it is miraculous. So we're excited for everybody to kind of feel those same things. And yeah, so with that, I think that's a beautiful place for us to conclude for tonight. I want to thank you three, Sudeep, Igor, and Shivani, for leading our meditation and music sessions today. And yeah, I'm really happy everybody came today. And if you still want to stick around for any more discussions or questions that you might have, you can always join our breakout room. That's always there. And I wish you all a wonderful and peaceful evening. See you on Sunday. And yeah, have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Night.
Oh,
See
it
you.
was
Good
a
night.
pleasure. See you.
Night.
Night. Good night.